to break down our top 3 underrated defensive backs in the league right now with another edition of 3 on 3.
Let's do it.
Each of us are going to reveal our top 3 current DBs who deserve more respect. Kicking off my list at number 3 is Mr. Hoka himself, Mr. Bald Man, James Bradberry.
Let's go.
You hear a lot of love about the guy on the other side of the field, and Darius Slay. He's one of the best players in the game, one of the best DBs in the game right now. And you don't hear as much about Bradberry. He's a shutdown corner. He's one of the best shutdown corners in the league. Since he got in the league, has had the most pass defense. That's just an underrated stat. Obviously, you see Slay at 2, but Bradberry's right there at number 1. And people don't talk about him in the respect that they should. He's a guy who has competed for multiple teams now. He was a baller with the Panthers. He was a baller with the Giants. And now he's balling for the Eagles. And he got his money.
So when I hear James Bradberry, I think about the quiet consistency. Look at this list. 2 Eagles, 2 Dolphins, now very consistent cornerback play. For me, I'm going to start off number 3 with a small guy, a slot corner, because they often get forgotten. Mike Hilton from the Cincinnati Bengals. And here's why I'm going to go with Mike Hilton, because this is a guy who's always been told he is too small. He is not good enough. But every time he has a moment to step up, he does. He has the most tackles of any cornerback out of the slot over the last 6 years, most, at 5'9". And he is a guy for the Cincinnati Bengals who has helped this turnaround tremendously. I've been in the locker room, and he talked about being a Pittsburgh Steeler and looking at the Cincinnati Bengals as maybe the little brother then. Then he goes over to the Cincinnati Bengals and helps make them big brother of that AFC North that we were just talking about. He is not afraid to go against you if you're 6'2", if you're 5'9". He had a lot of fun battles against the Chiefs this year where he had, some talking. He was the guy who made the Burrowhead comment that ended up being proven wrong, but he wants something to say about the Chiefs this year, and Mike Hilton is really a big part of the heart of the Cincinnati Bengals, so he's my number 3.
I love that pick. Slot corners need more love. You heard it here.
Yes.
It's a great pick. With my number 2 pick, I'm going with a guy who came out swinging his rookie season in Seattle, Mr. Tariq Woolen. You hear a lot of love about the guy on the East Coast, the rookie who's balling, Sauce, who had a great year. Let's take it all the way out to the Pacific Northwest, now where I'm at. Tariq Woolen had a killer rookie season. The guy's 6'3". He runs a 4.27. Being around him these past couple months, he's probably the freakiest athlete I've ever been around. And it shows why he can run with the Tyreek Hills of the world, why he can guard, he's on our team, the Mike Evans, the DK Metcalf, the guys who have more size, because he has that. He's a guy who has it all in one. He led the league last year in picks, tied for 6th. That's amazing. And he had 4 straight games with a pick from week 3 to week 6. That's incredible, especially as a rookie.
Yes.
Getting those mistakes out early, playing at a high level early. That says a lot about him.
Man, I can feel your excitement, man. You get to play with Tariq Woolen this year. He balled out. 5th round pick. A 5th round pick that's doing that. I bet some Seahawks fans felt a little bit of Legion of Boom vibes from Richard Sherman there. It's too early, but you start to see that early potential. This place knows how to draft DBs for sure. Number 2 on my list, I'm taking things down to South Beach. Going with the Dolphin Snowman, Javon Holland. And this is a guy who has been on my radar for a long time, coming off his 2nd season. What stands out about Javon Holland, when you talk to coaches around the league, offensive coordinators, they say every time we turn on a tape, we see number 8, whether it's in the slot, whether it's deep, whether it's in the box. He is the guy you have to worry about on the Dolphins defense because he can pop in your lane and really ruin your game plan. He had games where he just literally took over. He plays with a sort of energy, a fire, a versatility that it won't be long before he's considered among the top 3, top 5 safeties, if he's not already there. And so that Dolphins secondary has Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard, but you guys need to know Javon Holland's name as well.
Oof, that secondary is going to be something special for sure. With my number 1 pick, most underrated defensive back in the league right now, I'm going Jalen Petrie.
Okay.
This guy had a crazy rookie season, and no one was talking about him. I think it's because of the lack of success the Texans had, but this guy had 145 tackles and 5 picks. I'm going to repeat that. 145 tackles and 5 picks.
That's unheard of.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
And, he was a rookie. And he was a rookie doing this was amazing. He was coming down off the post. He was playing in the box. This guy was in all the action. I loved watching his film. And as I was tracking my stats throughout the year, every couple of weeks, I'm like, who is this guy? Who's this rookie down in Houston balling?
Yes.
And He finished the year, I mean, he's one of 3 players since 2000 with 140 tackles, at least 140 tackles, and at least 5 picks in the season. One of 3 since 2000. That's unreal. And he needs more credit. He's my most underrated DB. Got to give love to his safety, and so that's my guy.
You look at some of these highlights, you see him bringing the hit stick, you see him picking off balls, you see him making big tackles. You're right, Jalen Petrie, man, people are gonna know his name very soon. D'Amico Ryans can help take him to the next level. Number 1 for me, I've gotta go down to Atlanta and get A.J. Terrell. I don't know why this guy is not mentioned on top cornerback lists. Maybe it's what you were mentioning earlier because he's quiet. You know, quiet guys typically don't get as much love as the loud guys. But A.J. Terrell, since 2021, has allowed the fewest yards of any cornerback in the entire league with at least 100 targets. So this is a guy who, when you look at the numbers, maybe he doesn't have the pick numbers, but when you look at how many yards going against him, A.J. Terrell has been a dark cloud for receivers, for quarterbacks. You're not getting anything off of him. He's a guy who has 50.7 completion percentage when thrown against him, and really, you don't worry about him. He's on his own island, Terrell Island out there in Atlanta. And so A.J. Terrell is a guy that you guys should very much know. And here is our list right here. You got Julian's list. He's got Jalen Petrie, Tariq Woolen, and James Bradbury. I love that list. And then me, A.J. Terrell, Javon Holland, Mike Hilton. These are guys that y'all need to know their names.
Put some respect on their name. What do you guys think?
Cam, I got a question for you. And you sort of touched on this, and when Julian put up about the passes defense and you see the 2 Dolphins there, if Holland was on another team, would we all know his name?
Absolutely.
Or so?
Absolutely.
I mean, some of this is a product of him being underrated, is like superstar guys on that unit with him, right?
Look at some of the teams we have up here. We have Houston, we have Atlanta, we have Miami. You know, a lot of these teams have consistently not been a contender. And so a lot of times you're in the South, you're not a team that's making the playoffs consistently. You don't get the love or the notoriety as a Philadelphia Eagle or a Kansas City Chief or a Buffalo Bill, right? And so a lot of these guys, some of it's market, and some of it's, these guys are young. We have young players, Jalen Petrie, Tariq Woolen, Javon Holland. These are guys who are all, A.J. Terrell, all guys 25, 26 or under. And so it's just a matter of time for a couple of these dudes.
Yeah, those are the 2 key factors, age and market, as well as a lot of these guys are quiet guys.
We just talked about that this is the group that wants to trash talk the most.
I know, that's what you hear.
We found the non-trash talk.
Those are the names to talk about. You got to pull up some tape about James Bradbury talking, because that man does not talk at all, but he knows ball. And these guys have been productive, they've been balling, and yeah, they're not the most outspoken guys. I have a little more love for the quiet guys, the introverted guys. But they're ballers, and so they need some more love. Start talking about them because they won't gas themselves up.
I love it. Julian Love says these guys need some more love. We didn't put himself on the list, but he deserves some love as well. One of the more underrated DBs in the league. And watch later on in this show, we're going to talk about our favorite all-time DBs. And so I can't wait to tell you mine. Julian's got a good one as well.
Can I just point something else out here for a second? I just want to, over here, look at Julian Love, just like, it looks like a friendly, approachable guy. You look like you're running for political office. What kind of modeling, what are we doing over here, Cam?
So this is the NFL Network pose right here where they're like, turn your neck this way and this sort of thing. I do not want a presidency. That's not the job I want at all.
Your shoulders are at 45 degrees, but your head's straight.
It's just so serious.
That's a power position right there.